The story of the fall from the garden in the Bible illustrates this shift. In the garden there was peace, joy, freedom. But after the fall, it says you have to work by the sweat of your brow just to be okay. Every day, don't you feel like you're working hard just to stay okay? No matter how you define okay, whether it's about having enough money, feeling loved, or feeling safe, doesn't it feel like there's always a struggle, a sense of needing to hold it all together? This is what it means to be stuck in the ego. We're constantly working, stressing, worrying about our needs, our wants, or what others think. The fall from the garden is really about this shift, where we moved from a place of peace in pure awareness to being lost in thoughts and feelings that never stop needing something more. So this is how you understand consciousness and self-awareness. When we talk about being self-conscious, it's about our awareness watching something, specifically watching our own thoughts and feelings. The issue here is that if we realized we were just watching these thoughts, we could decide to stop looking at them. But because we're so identified with them, we believe they're us. We lose that separation between ourselves and our thoughts. We end up saying, this ego, this idea of myself is who I am. As Yogananda said, the ego is just the masquerading self, or the real self covered up by a mask. And what's this mask made of? Thoughts. It's just a bundle of thoughts. It's beautiful when you realize that the ego, this self, is really just thoughts. But an enlightened person sees consciousness differently. What does enlightenment mean? It's not about suddenly becoming nicer or deciding to be peaceful. Enlightenment means you no longer think that you are this collection of thoughts. You've stopped projecting your sense of self onto these thoughts. And it doesn't matter if they're good or bad thoughts. They're all just thoughts. In enlightenment, you are free from your attachment to these thoughts. You're no longer married to your ego. It's not about still seeing yourself as separate from your thoughts. It's about knowing that your real self isn't attached to these thoughts at all. In daily life, most people are stuck in a cycle of me, myself, and I. Constantly thinking, am I doing okay? What did I mess up yesterday? How do others see me? This endless chatter is the ego. For an enlightened person, though, this attachment is broken. Consciousness stops identifying with the mind and realizes it can look away from these thoughts whenever it wants. For most of us, it's incredibly hard to stop paying attention to our minds. That's why meditation is so challenging. When you meditate, you're trying to quiet your mind, but it's not easy, is it? You can't just turn off the mind's chatter. That's where guided meditation can help. Instead of trying to stop the thoughts entirely, you focus on someone else's instructions, and that gives you better thoughts to think about, thoughts that are calmer or more positive. Guided meditation can be wonderful because it helps you focus on these gentle thoughts instead of the usual garbage the mind churns up from the ego.